This is your boy Blurt Out. With me as always is Hood Nerd. How you living, man?
Chilling, bro. How you doing?
Shit, man. I'm chilling too. Trying not to chill too hard right now. We're both a
For
little
real.
tired. Trying to push
For
through this
real.
shit, but we had to push through this shit for y'all. We want to keep putting out content. We enjoy doing this. It's just that our real lives, kind of get in the way. But we're not complaining about our real lives. But we really want to continue to push this shit out.
Oh yeah, a little late night session.
Yep, late night session. So excuse the yawns and you know
Straight up.
and all the other shit that we may be dealing with, but we're gonna push through it tonight.
Hmm.
So I guess some things have been happening, as always, and some things have been happening for the past week and a half or so. Uh, we got some video games, we got some new movies coming out. Let's briefly get again the shit that always hits hard out of the way, or shit at this point it's just stupid. And getting it out of the way and following up on our feed. Um, we both know about the Christian gnome getting fired,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
about the bomb that's happening. And briefly, I want to talk about I guess involving the bomb. There was a Marine, I believe it was a Marine who had protested the
Oh,
war
you mean
against
the
Iran.
war?
Yeah, yeah. So the war, and if I'm pretty sure a lot of people seen this video, but he protested. They tried to kick him out of the courtroom, and got his hand caught in the door. Ended up breaking the shit, and
Gruesome.
yes, that shit was gruesome. But I mean, they all what was it, like 5 or 6 dudes had trouble getting this dude out of there.
And one
It
of
was
them
a
was the senator.
yeah,
This is where we at. The senator was like, "Oh no, we got to
yeah.
get this guy out of here. Fuck that."
That's crazy. That's wild. But yeah, he ended up breaking his arm. I guess he got his hand stuck in the door as they shut the door. I had rewatched the video like 3 or 4 times to see why his hand was still in there. And I thought he was initially holding the door, but no. He had his hand in there. He was trying to hold the door, but his hand got slipped through, slammed the door, and he's just yelling whatever, and they just break his shit. And I was like, I didn't see the break until the second round of me watching that video over, and bro, that shit just I can't deal with broken bones
Bruh.
and seeing that shit.
Hearing it too.
Yeah, bro,
The hearing
I
it
heard
is
it's
what
the
make your
second time.
stomach drop.
Yes, I
It's
know,
like, oh, yes,
bro.
that happened for me too. The second time, like the first time, it was like so much going on, so much
Yeah, yeah,
commotion. I didn't really hear the break, but obviously the caption said his shit got broke.
yeah,
But then the second time I watched it, I heard the break, and I was
yeah,
like, oh my goodness, like what's going on here, bro? This it's straight up anarchy.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just,
That shit was wild.
bro, the whole thing is out of whack. The
Yes, it
dude's
was, bro.
obviously a veteran or
Yeah. Hmm.
active duty. I don't know, but he had on this whole shit, looking top notch, and they still did that to him. That's what I mean. The way they treating people, they don't care who, what, none of that. It's at this point, it really is like you know a class thing.
Yeah.
Like the people who are up here in terms of the financial wealth and everybody else. You know what
Yes.
I mean? And unfortunately, a lot of people in politics have made it to that point. So it's real crazy to see how shit is going right now.
Yeah. It's like, and usually people that are Republican are heavily for the military, and they're treating the military man like shit.
Yeah,
They really do not care.
it reminds
And
me of that. I know you've seen it, that clip with Obama
Oh
when
yeah.
the veteran
Mm-hmm.
like
I seen a whole
interjected
bunch of
during his
clips.
speech, and
Yeah,
he's like, "Oh no, no, no!" He quieted the crowd down,
exactly.
didn't kick the person out, just had a
Exactly.
little back and forth with him.
Yeah,
These Republicans can't do that. They know they don't have
they
a
can.
leg to stand on. They know the
They
whole
don't.
shit is corrupt,
Exactly.
and they all threw their hat in the ring with somebody who's like, "Listen, it's corrupt, and we don't care. We gonna show them it's corrupt, and dare them
Exactly.
to do something about it." Point blank.
Yeah. Yeah. It's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is. But yeah, that's exactly what it is. And like you said, I saw that video. There was somebody in the crowd. He was like, "No, no, no, we're not going to do that. You know, he's not hurting anybody. He's not hurting. You know, he just protesting. You know, peacefully, and we're just gonna leave him alone. You know, we're not gonna let stuff like that. You know, bother us. We're not gonna let that noise bother us. And that was one thing about even John McCain with Republican, kind of did the same thing. Did the same thing. It was like, no, he was like, when they were booing Obama, he was like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to boo. I'm trying to win this thing, fair and square. It's going to be a healthy competition. And, may the best man win, so and so, whatever. And it's like, with Trump, it's like, oh, he's against me. Get him out of here. Let's get him out. Then he antagonized the people and hype them up even more as they're getting out, which ends up putting that person in danger.
Yep.
And it's like he just inciting violence. And I mean, hell, January 6th, right? I don't know if you heard about the dude that
His
he,
whole campaign has been fear.
yeah, his whole campaign has been fearing. I don't know if you saw that one of the dudes that he pardoned for the Capitol riot.
One of them Proud Boys, the little
No,
Hispanic
it
one.
was no, it was some what's his? I don't know if he was the no, he stormed the Capitol. He was one of the people that stormed the Capitol. And
There was so many of them.
yes, yes, but this particular one got back into the news. I think sometime last year.
Hmm.
He molested two children,
I ain't hear about
and
that, but it's not
yeah,
surprising.
yeah, he molested two children. Now he's serving life, about to serve life in prison.
Should
He
have
just
never
got
let
his
him out in
shit.
the first place. Have
Exactly.
the fucking insurrection.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying. There was some people that said they kind of don't understand why they got pardoned because they actually did the crime.
Exactly.
And but then there were some people was like, yeah, we deserve to get pardoned. We did what was right. We did what he knew what was right.
No,
You know.
that's complete bullshit. I mean,
Yeah.
this cult is going to like generations after us. You know, like how I'll be watching like World War II shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this little cult they got going on has to be studied. Like, I know
Yeah.
it's going to go down in history as like one of the biggest. I mean, if they actually identify it as what it is, which is a
Yeah.
cult, it would have to be one of the biggest ever,
It has to be.
if not the biggest.
If not the biggest.
I'm trying to
And
think. My world history is, ah,
yeah.
but
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because it's like, could we consider? Well, shit. Could we consider the Nazi occult? You know,
I don't even know about
it's
that one.
like,
See,
yeah, I don't even know about that. If that can be, I mean, you had Hitler there, and that's another thing people forget too.
oh,
Hitler
the
was a
Nazis.
Christian.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
the
yeah, yeah,
Nazis. Yeah,
yeah. I would definitely
like
consider them a cult.
yeah, and people can. Well, and I realize this too. People are now strongly going to Christian beliefs. With now that Trump is making all these moves, they're not even like really agreeing with him. It was like, yo, God got some kind of plan. That's why he's there. They just going through that, and I'm like, yo, Hitler was a Christian too. People didn't know that he was a Christian. Look what happened there.
Bruh, I was thinking
So
about this the other day. Some of the worst things have been done in the name of the Lord.
yes,
some of the
some of the
worst
worst things.
things.
Yo, it's been crazy. Charles
People who
Manson.
claim that, like these zealots, these religious zealots, and like
Hmm.
extremely religious people,
Yeah.
you know, it religion is meant to be an uplifting, spiritual, connecting, brotherhood, sisterhood, fellowship. You know, where you come together and congregate and help each other and praise the Lord at the same time and try to live your life by what, I think are fairly just values and virtues. And, I mean, if you go on just strictly off the Ten Commandments, if you're a Christian, it's not bad shit to try to live your life by. You know what I
Mm-mm.
mean?
No.
But nobody can really do it because we all flawed as fuck.
Exactly.
And there's a quadrant of us. I don't know if it's 50-50 or what, but I would say, let's just go with that term or that figure. There's 50% of us that are like, all right, I understand it is that. I got to take it with a grain of salt. I know I'm not perfect, but I'm going to try every day to be good and treat people, you know, how I want to be treated.
Hmm.
And then there's another 50% that is really faking the funk. They going to
Yes.
church, they doing all this shit, they saying all the right things, but then
Hmm.
behind closed doors, they touching little kids up, they fucking doing drugs. I mean, they just as, you know, fucked up as the rest of us,
Yes.
but they don't want to admit it. They still want
No.
to stay on that holier than thou platform or plateau. And
Exactly.
I'm like, no, you can't. You can't do
Exactly.
that.
Yeah, and I've been seeing that a lot, and a perfect example. One of I guess one of Trump's former. I don't know if he was like a evangelist secretary or something like some advisor or something like that to him. But I think last year or the year before, he ended up getting arrested for having child pornography.
That's what I'm saying, man.
And it's like, and people they want to use that umbrella, and a lot of them know they can get away with that shit using that umbrella, and it's sickening and sad. And it's like,
It is.
people know to use the number one thing to, like you said, don't want to admit it, and that's where a lot of MAGA people don't want to admit that this is wrong
And
because
that's why it
they want to be
feels
right.
culty
Yeah.
because these people are clearly delusional,
Yep. Very delusional.
extremely delusional. Like
Uh, it's,
I would be happier if they were all like that. Not happier, but I could at
mm-hmm.
least like wrap my head around it a little bit
Yeah.
better.
Mm-hmm.
If people were just honest and was like, yo, we want white power. We don't want to lose white power. We don't want to lose the white power we gained here in America.
Yeah.
Um, and we want classes and we want to kill some of these motherfuckers off so that way we have more resources on the earth and we slow down the damage that we're doing to the earth as well.
Yeah.
And the elite people, like all these, the 1%, let's call them that.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to some guy earlier and he put it perfectly. There's nothing to prevent them from doing these things that they do. There's nothing that we have in place that is over top of them. They are the top. They are overseeing themselves. So there's nothing in place to curb their proclivities. If they like little kids and want to start a little kid sex trafficking ring, they can do that. And the only thing we can do is catch them, but we can't hold them accountable.
Yeah.
And that's the world we live in, for real.
Yep. Yeah. It is, and we've been living in that world for a long time.
Yes, because they just voted. The vote was about like the Senate and releasing like sex abuse shit that they
Yeah.
might have
Yeah.
been tied to.
Uh-huh.
Almost all of them voted against releasing
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah. 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 Which makes perfect sense. And it's like, yeah, and they want to sit there and say it's for the victim. No, it's not. It's y'all.
It's
Cause
y'all.
half a dozen of y'all is in them fucking files and shit.
Yeah, out of 400
Hmm.
senators or whatever the fuck,
Yeah,
300 and something were like, no, don't release that.
yeah, that's wild. So it goes to
Crazy.
show how many of them niggas is in that shit.
Exactly.
That's fucking crazy. But
Bruh.
but I guess one person ended up getting replaced because shit's starting to look bad for them, and it's not, and that's what is she, the director of DHS for
Yeah, yeah,
Christy
Christine
Nome.
Nome.
Yeah, ended up
Yeah,
firing
the Ice
firing
Queen.
her. Yeah, ended up firing the Ice Queen
Hmm.
for apparently some muscle bound Oklahoma nigga.
Yeah,
Mark
McMuffin or
Wayne or
something.
Mick something, yeah, some Mick Wayne, McMuffin, whatever. I don't know
Uh,
much of the dude. I just saw that she got fired, and I was like, yeah, there would be a celebration, but I'm pretty sure the guy that he hired probably not going to be any better.
Not qualified at
So it's
all.
like,
Has no
yes,
legal background to my understanding, and doesn't even have a bachelor's degree. Not that I think a bachelor's degree is the end all be all to qualify you for your job, but most people in law enforcement, especially at that level, or politics at that level, have
yeah,
been to some form of higher education.
yeah,
And I think, that is a well-rounding or beneficial for someone who's trying to be in that line of work, you know. Um, it's just crazy to me, bro. Like the shit
yeah.
they don't. And then they found out Christy Nome stole $143 million, and that's the last I heard of it. She just got fired right after it. I don't even know what's going to happen with that. She about to just
That's I did
ride
hear
off
about
into the
that actually.
sunset with the
I did
143.
hear about that. I forgot about that. I knew. Yeah, I forgot. There's so many of these dumb females they got on their fucking team. I forgot. I
Man,
can't tell which who was who.
and shit just keep
And
happening every fucking
yeah,
minute.
yeah, and it's just
They fucking
like
shot a boat in the sea
yeah,
that wasn't even armed.
yes, I saw that. I saw that story. It's like yo, what the yo, and yeah, just another thing is y'all don't see this shit. Slowly, some people are starting to see this shit. Some, but it's still
Some, not enough.
yeah, it's not enough. But some are still seeing it. But yeah, I guess the Oklahoma McWayne, Mc whatever the fuck his name is, muscle bound niggas, muscle bound dumb niggas. Is pretty much what.
Muscle bound McMuffin.
Yes, muscle bound McMuffin. And speaking of the McMuffin, if you've seen that video of the CEO of McDonald's, he tried
Bro.
the big arch, and yo, he don't eat that shit at all.
Bro,
He don't eat
he got
McDonald's
me
at
ready
all.
to never touch it again. That motherfucker looked like he was like he just made himself throw up right after he was done and shit.
Oh, bro, he took
And
the
then
smallest bite.
when somebody lying when they
Yeah,
start repeating shit. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to have this for my lunch."
yeah,
I was
no,
already looking at him like, "Stop the
yeah,
fucking cap, dog. Get out of
exactly,
here." Then he said it again,
exactly.
and I was like, "Oh yeah, now I know you capping. Now you definitely not having that for your lunch."
Yeah, you're not having no, just like, yeah, you don't eat this shit. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try it just to see how it is.
And
And I
how
ended up
was it?
trying it, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't
Yeah,
bad, but it's I think Big Mac is still better.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
it's
I
just, it's
mean,
it's, just, it's almost has like a Big Mac kind of sauce, sort of.
mhm.
It tastes relatively close to the Big Mac, but it has a little bit more tanginess to it. But it wasn't too bad. And then I guess it had the crispy onions in it, but obviously the crispy onions gonna get soggy as soon
Yeah,
as you get so.
yeah.
But it wasn't a bad sandwich, but it's not something that I will go back and get. And that shit is definitely limited time.
Oh, I feel you. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, whatever. If I got to eat some synthetic meat,
Uh-huh.
it's gonna be the Big Mac.
Exactly.
I'm not
Exactly.
fucking with none of
Okay.
that other shit.
Yeah, but this shit was actually like I think it was basically two quarter pounders on there because it was actually a pretty big burger.
That
So
John looked like a heart stopper.
I
Like
will
you could
give
eat
it
that.
that. That shit was it was basically a double quarter pounder.
Yeah.
with white
Yeah.
cheese. That's basically
I
what it
don't think
was.
I don't think I can have a double cheeseburger again in life.
Yeah,
That might I told you before. I'm
yeah,
one double cheeseburger away
yeah.
from a coronary up in here and shit.
Yeah, but that one right there, you definitely will.
I
That
cannot.
one, shit.
I already I saw it. I looked
Yeah,
at. I was like, yo,
yeah.
them patties thick as fuck.
It is, and it was. That shit was pretty heavy. I remember when I got the bag, and I was like, "Yo, this shit kind of heavy. All I got was the burger and the fries." Like, fuck. Okay, I guess I should
uh,
try to see how this shit is. But
that's funny.
it wasn't too bad. So I won't get it too. I won't get it again though. I'm not gonna be like, oh,
Yeah,
let me get that big arch.
yeah, I feel
You
you.
know,
I used to
but
love a double Whopper. Like
but
when I was
yeah,
younger, when I was like
yes,
18 to 30,
uh-huh.
I could stomach a double Whopper. That was the only thing I would get
Bro.
from Burger King.
Yeah, that it was that and Big Mac. I used to get their fish
Yeah.
sandwiches, but their fish sandwiches was like a little bit more expensive at the time, and it
Mm,
wasn't enough because I like to eat. And
straight up.
but the Big Mac and the double
Double
Whopper
Whopper. Them Jones was
or
enough.
yeah, a double Whopper or a double quarter pounder.
I saw somebody do some real big back shit and make a double fish sandwich.
I did see that. I can't do that shit. I couldn't do that shit.
Ah, I could. Only reason is because Angie's Prime
Mm.
Grill,
Yeah,
they got a fish sandwich and they put two big ass pieces of fish on that John.
oh yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, this is
They,
okay, Angie's, let's go.
yeah. The Angie's. I guess the lobster grill one. Uh,
Yeah,
they do have they have a shrimp sandwich. It's pretty fire.
yeah,
It's,
yeah.
man,
They got a
yeah.
crab
They should.
sandwich too. I was surprised that it was real crab meat.
Oh really? Yeah, I
Yeah.
was nervous about that. I'll just do the shrimp. I'm not gonna do no crab or lobster.
Nah, I
You
did the
know.
crab.
Okay, so it wasn't too bad.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
And they
Okay.
give you like a little butter joint with it. Like you get some
Oh.
butter sauce and shit. It
Okay.
was I was like, yo, for a little fast food joint, I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Now I wouldn't roll up in there though. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know if area Angie's is like this, but that shit is weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I know.
like salad and go or something. Like it
Yeah.
ain't really a go inside kind of place.
Yeah. It's not. It's not really a golden solid kind of place. But yeah, but hey, and it's still relatively cheap, so that's a good thing about it too.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, we have another brief talk because it's just gonna piss both of us off. It's the Demon Slayer didn't get no nominations for the Oscars.
Mm-mm-mm. These
It's
niggas
like
tripping,
what the like? Hold on, come on now. How you get nominated for the Golden Globe but not the Oscars?
bruh. And
Usually that's how it goes. Golden Globe, then it's like, all right, go to the Oscars and get a nomination. Didn't even get not one nomination.
it's unfathomable to me.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is.
if you got an Oscar category for best animated film,
Mm-hmm.
it's hands down. To me, I mean, I haven't seen all the animated films of the
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
but that joint was next level.
It
The
was.
animation in there was, I, I don't know what more you could ask for.
Yeah.
And then the story to boot, like, I don't know if it's just based off the animation or if it's the movie in its totality,
Mm-hmm.
but either way,
Yeah.
uh,
I mean, the shit was fire. Like it
fuck
was
out of
two and a
here,
half hours.
K-pop Demon Hunters.
Exactly. K-pop Demon Hunter was a good movie, but it was more of the song that was catching people than the story itself.
And the animation was not anywhere near
Yeah,
better.
no, it wasn't. It was a, I don't know what that's claymation or 3D or whatever shit it was.
Man,
It was cool. It was a cool movie. Not gonna hate on the movie, but it was nowhere near Demon Slayer
yes, no
at
hate
all. No hate, but I
unless
honestly,
it's
yeah, I
compared to
honestly
Demon
sat
Slayer.
there, yeah, compared to Demon Slayer, and it's like, nah, it's bullshit. And if they win the Oscar, they done pretty much won every fucking award now at this point. And it's like big ups to them because I thought, okay, this shit is going just because of the music, the song gonna get that popular that it could end up touching the Grammys, which it did, got a Grammy. Ended up getting the Golden Globe, and then could potentially end up getting the fucking Oscar. And
They
it's
probably
like,
will
yeah, it probably
because, and
will
they was
after the
probably
Golden
like,
Globe.
listen, we hit our Asian quota. Let's go ahead and move it back to this Disney Pixar shit. You know.
Exactly. Bro. And but Sinners, got 16 nominations, an Oscar that just should, and because it is a really good movie. One of those. And I'm
And
I'm not a
please,
fan of black movies because they're usually kind of cheesy. But this one is actually really good, and this one's actually pretty dope. Like black centered,
yes,
that kind
yes.
of
I
movies.
feel like so. Don't take my black card away, family. I haven't seen it yet. I am busy outside of our podcast, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Um, but it's on the list. I want to see it, and I've heard nothing but good things about it. So I'm glad that it's getting all the accolades that it seemingly deserves. And I hope that they do well at the Oscars and clean up because it's got some of my favorite actors in there, especially my boy Delroy.
Yep, yep.
And I like the big fella from everything. That nigga done been in all kinds of movies and
Yeah,
shit,
yeah, yeah.
and
The
TV
big, the big
shows.
dude. Yeah, the big dude. He was on. Yeah, he's been on quite a few movies and TV shows. I like him too. I can't
Yeah,
remember
I
his
don't
name.
know. Me either. And I
Yes,
can't remember any of the movies and TV shows because there's so many of them
I
and
I
shit.
remember one. It was the game. Oh no, not the
Yes,
game.
with The Rock.
The nothing. What is it called? Not
It
the
was the one
game.
with
It's
The Rock.
yeah, the one with the Rock.
Yeah,
Damn.
I think
And
it
I
was the
love that
game
damn show.
or
No, because the
something.
game was a
No,
comedy. The game was a
yeah,
comedy, a
with Tia and
football one.
Tamara, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
or one
Tia.
of
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Damn, what the fuck is the
Oh,
show called?
Game Time, something like
Damn.
that. I don't know. I know what show you're talking about though.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna fucking kill me.
You
Cause
got to
I
look
know,
it
cause
up.
Ballers. It was
Ballers,
called
yeah,
Ballers. That's what it was. That was actually a good show.
it was a good show.
Yeah, but yeah, and then Michael B. Jordan can end up winning the best actor because he did act his ass off in this.
I mean, playing twins, that's a tough task. So,
Yes,
got to give
yes,
him some props for that
yes.
for sure.
Playing twins with the accent, and you can like when you're looking at the twins, watching this movie, and you're looking at the twins, you're really believing like, yo, this is two
Two
different
different
niggas,
people.
two
Yeah.
different people, and it's like, yeah, you can tell the two different personalities. One's the wild boy. One's the cool, calm, and collected one, and the other one's the wild child.
Mm-hmm.
As most twins are,
Mm-hmm.
and he played that role. He played that role perfectly.
No,
And
yeah, I can't wait to see it because I agree with you. Like, especially as of late, some of the black movies, like all the Tyler Perry stuff. I'm sorry, I just can't. Um,
I
nope,
fucking can't. I laugh every time. Like, my wife would have watched that shit. I just laugh at it. And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is this, bro?
bro.
Oh, bro.
I
Like
had to,
this.
I got to go back because I've been rewatching A Different World,
Uh,
and that is like when you talk about all black cast, that is excellence.
yes.
Like I don't know, I Bill Cosby. It's a shame he got himself all caught up with all the rape and
Yes.
all that
Yes. Yes.
because the TV he was putting out really showed us in our best light. It
Yeah.
showed us just as equal to anybody else in this world and what we
Yeah.
can do when we put our mind to things and when
Yep.
we are able and given a shot. Um, since then, or like since that era, like 90s, somewhere in the 2000s, the
Yeah.
shit
Yeah. Yeah.
changed up.
It did.
And I don't know what happened, but it got corny.
Yeah, it did. And I think it was someone after the 2000, maybe 2010s, because even even shows like My Wife and Kids was showing like family oriented, and it
Yeah,
was it was pretty clean, and but it was still
it was
good,
funny.
still funny, and it showed that all right, black man, own the truck company,
Hmm.
has his wife and kids, and just going through, the whole thing with his wife and kids, and
Yep.
it's like,
Being a
you
father,
know,
just
yeah,
like white men, Hispanic men,
hmm
anybody that is trying to do it the right way. You know what I mean?
exactly, exactly,
Anybody that's, I mean, in some cases, yes, you have to go out and make it happen for yourself.
yes,
But nobody is behind the gun like minorities, and especially in this country, like black and brown minorities.
hmm but yeah, so hopefully, we get more movies like Sinners. You
Absolutely.
know, and
Hopefully, it's a
I am
renaissance.
yes, because I am looking forward to that Michael Jackson movie that's coming out. I think in April. So, and the only reason I'm excited about it is because who the director is, and it's Antoine Fuqua.
Oh, okay.
He's
Okay.
the director of Training Day. So, and I think he was Gladiator too. But he obviously has some hits and he knows what he's doing. So I'm like,
Hmm.
all right, I was kind of on the fence of another Michael Jackson movie. But I was like, you know what? We never really touched on like his adult life a lot like that. Like they barely did with the Jackson Five, American Dream family or whatever I think it was, American Dream, Jackson Five
Hmm.
family. But now it's touching more on his adult life. And I don't know how far they're gonna go with that, with like the allegations and with the kids and shit like that. They didn't show that in the trailer, so I don't know how far they're gonna go with this. But I'm interested in watching the movie. 'Cause I think it's almost 3 hours long.
Mm. Yeah, I kind of
So
want to see it too because I saw something recently about Mike that I would have never thought was true. But apparently, he had a code word for like when he wanted to pull a chick and he needed his security or his people to go grab her. They're like,
really,
"Oh, I see a couple fish over there," or it was some old shit like that, like
yeah, yeah.
fishies, or
hmm
he had some kind of code word for it, birdies, something like that.
Wow.
It was some kind of like cute animal,
Yeah.
and he would tell them like, "Oh, I see a couple fish over there," and then they would go scoop them.
Yeah.
So apparently, Mike was just slaying everything.
uh,
Hopefully not the
yeah.
kids though. Hopefully
Yeah,
not the kids
hopefully
though.
not the kid, because those things were kind of a little iffy there with that. So,
Yeah.
um, but we have you been playing any games lately?
Yeah, I just picked up Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
This is like my third time trying it.
Oh,
The
really?
first
I
two
haven't
times
tried it.
I was overwhelmed the first two times. I was like, this
Uh
is a
huh.
lot, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pack it up.
hmm
But this time I'm like, all right, bet. Let me get into this. Also, Madden was dominating my gaming cycle for a long time.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I'm off the Madden.
Okay.
It's opened up room for other games, and I think I'm gonna get through at least more of it this time. See what it really has to offer before I, put it down.
hmm
So far, it's been pretty cool though.
Okay.
How about
Okay.
you?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been really playing, but I know I saw a movie called the Exit 8, and I guess it's a little indie film game that I'm gonna try out because it was a Japanese movie, and she looked creepy as fuck, and I was like, you know what? And then I looked it up, just did some research, and I was like, oh shit, this is a game. Oh, I'm already buying it, and it's a little indie game, so I'm gonna start with that. Actually gonna try to stream that. Just bought because I saw it pop up for cheap, was the Walking Dead Definitive Series.
Mm.
And if you ever seen like gameplay of that, there's been like the Telltale Walking Dead uh, games. It kind of hit the uh, streaming feeds about a couple years ago, especially during the pandemic. A lot of people were playing those games,
Mm.
and it's a good story based game. And it's nothing like the It's in the Walking Dead world, so completely different characters and nobody from the TV show or nothing like that. Um, but got to get back on Ghost of Yotei. I've been slacking on that. I got 3 recordings of that I need to put out and trying to finish up that game because I really want to play the Resident Evil Requiem
Hmm.
that came out. I've been hearing so much about it, and I'm like, man, these motherfuckers about to get me back into this gaming thing, and I'm like, fuck, and I haven't played. Like I think talked about on the last podcast. I haven't played Resident Evil since like Resident Evil 3. I think it was Resident Evil 3, the little remake one, where that motherfucker was just following me around. I gave up. So, but this one looks pretty good. Looks pretty fun. Look like it's kind of going back to I think Resident Evil 2, the original sort of. So yeah, it looks pretty fun. You thinking about getting that game?
Yeah, I'm a since you thinking about getting it,
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what your review is because I
Okay.
I tend to, especially with a game that I haven't touched in a long time.
Hmm.
I'm like, let me see what the homie think first because I can trust a review from the homie.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
most times,
Yes,
most
most time.
times.
Yes, because there were some games that you recommended to me and I played and I was like, this shit was fire.
Yeah, same,
Yeah.
same. And my buddy, he usually got bangers too.
Hmm.
Rarely do we disagree. The only time we do is usually a turn-based game.
Yeah.
That's usually the only time where I'm like, listen, they beautiful. I get it,
Hmm. Yeah.
but this shit is putting me to sleep. I cannot even.
Yeah, and I get done. I can't remember the last turn-based game I actually really, really, really enjoyed, and I don't think it was a Final
Pokemon Yellow.
Fantasy. Maybe
That was
I
it
know
for
it was a
me.
Pokemon. I know it was a Pokemon game for sure, but I think it was something after that that kind of surprised me. Though the turn-based game, and
Mm.
I enjoyed the hell out of it. And I can't remember exactly what I can't remember what it was.
And that's not to say that they can't be enjoyable, but
No, no, no,
that
no.
Expedition 33,
Uh
I
huh.
don't know how them niggas won all them awards because of that John was. I was just, oh my God, was where am
Yeah,
I?
I mean, yeah, it must be like the Oscars. Shit, who knows? Just
I
picking
mean,
games off of popularity, I guess, because it ended up getting popular.
it did, it did,
Yeah,
and I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a beautiful looking game, and I'm
yeah,
sure the story was cool too. I
hmm,
just could not get into the gameplay, and
yeah, yeah,
therefore I couldn't figure out what the story was about.
yeah. Because I heard so many great things about this game, and I was like, I want to
Me
try it. But when I
too.
found out it's turn based, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that.
My buddy
You
loved
know?
it. He probably think I'm like unsophisticated swine for not loving it too, but that shit was cheeks.
Oh shit. Oh man. So yeah, next we got Scary Movie 6. From what I understand, you haven't seen the trailer to Scary Movie 6,
I
and
also haven't seen 543.
you don't need to see those at all. You do not need to see those. I'm gonna just let you know right now. You don't need to see it, bro.
That's funny
Them
as
them
shit.
motherfuckers was ass, bro.
All right, that's what's up. We got some trailer action. Here we go.
Yeah. So
Marlon Wayne's looking like Eddie Murphy right there and
yeah.
shit.
uh, all right. So here we go. Let me see. Yep.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Bro.
Guess who's back?
Shit.
Back again.
My God, he stabbed her! Sam! He stabbed Sam!
Fleabag.
There's a serial killer on the loose.
Hello, Tuesday.
I have been preparing for this for years. Hello, Mother. You look like shit.
Should we hug?
I really want to, but I'm a Republican now, so I'm supposed to be racist.
Oh, girl, I think all white people are racist anyway. Come here.
Okay.
Oh.
This looks like a job for me.
Hey there, we heard tell of a Halloween party. We're here to drink, play bad music, do some half gay shit.
Why just half gay?
Sink.
Stop smiling!
Run, bitch, run!
Mom, Santa gave me a severed arm. Be sure to thank him.
What the?
We need a little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me.
Somebody help! Help!
Bitch, we on break. So you handle yours. I'll be right over here eating my falafel and my pork rinds. Bitch.
Guess who's back?
Damn, it looks like they pulled from everything
Yeah.
that came out.
Yeah.
Since
they
5.
talked about that. they talked about everything, and I guess some of the tributes were there was Scream, obviously, because they keep bringing out the damn Scream movies. We just saw that Scream 7. Don't need another one, but they trying to do another 8. Like, damn.
These
Now we'll be forced to go
motherfuckers.
watch that shit too. My wife gonna want to watch it. Megan, we saw, I guess, a movie called
You talking about them pictures of Megan Fox or what?
no.
I was about to say.
we can't get to that next.
Oh,
But no, it was Megan, Megan, the little robot girl, whatever. I guess I don't know if you caught that, because I didn't catch it the first time until I saw it on the post. They had Ray, Sean Wayne's character, come in with that jacket that he came in, and I guess apparently coming to church. I don't know if you recognize that jacket.
so I didn't, but I
Okay.
saw the same thing you apparently saw,
Okay.
with a pastor wearing the same exact fit or something very similar to it. Definitely the purple shirt with the bow tie and like
Yeah.
a print on the jacket.
Hmm.
And I have seen that pastor as a result of the Drewski skit a month or so ago.
Yeah, and actually, it wasn't even the pastor.
What was he?
It was actually the dude that said, "I'm not gay no more."
Oh, he was a pastor, or a deacon or
No,
something.
he was
Was
just,
he
I
just
don't
in
know
the
what he
church?
was. He was just in the church, and I guess he'd been saved. He was delivered.
He was just one of the
So,
people.
he was just one of the people that was just delivered. He was like, "I'm not gay no more. I don't like men's no more." Like
Yeah.
that. So,
Stop the cat.
so that yo, and this shit, his videos afterwards have just been crazy. I remember this nigga was
Did he
just
go back to
going
the gay?
on. I don't know as of now, but I know they said that some news thing shortly after that. He said it was hard, kind of went back, so and so, but then he kept putting out videos where he was talking about he's not gay no more, and that he had an Asian girlfriend, and that video was cringe as fuck, because the Asian girl was just like doing Eskimo kisses on his cheek and shit, and I was just like, yo, nigga, you gay. Like,
Gay
you
dudes,
just,
they pull more bitches than straight dudes.
yo,
It don't negate the fact
they do, bruh. They do. They pull. It's just like, and it's because they know the woman is like, I can be comfortable around this nigga and not worry about it.
Listen, and
And
then the
that's pretty
woman,
much what it
she
is.
might want to try to convert him. Like, oh, I
Yeah,
know,
yeah, some of
I
them.
got the power,
Uh,
like He-Man and shit.
shit. But yeah,
He was
yeah,
backsliding,
we
huh?
got
He backslid right onto some dick.
Yeah. I'm
This is
almost certain I
crazy.
haven't looked him up, but I'm pretty sure he has at some point. It's just, yo, this dude is, and he's the one that's saying I look real Puerto Rican. I didn't even know that was him. He said, I look like a Puerto Rican. I look
He
real
look,
Puerto Rican right now. I did not know that was him that said that shit.
Buddy has just
But
got
yeah,
sound bites for days.
yes, he do. So still out there until they come up with another shit. But yeah, we have speaking of Megan Fox, saw that shit kind of pop up, and I didn't even really look into it because of my, they was saying something about her, but I was like, yeah, I'm not really feeling Megan Fox like I used to since Transformers. But then you told me
Mhm.
about it, and I was like, all right, I have to look it up.
No,
I
no,
was
it
like,
wasn't
yo,
me. I didn't tell you about it.
yeah, it
It wasn't. That's
was.
crazy. The only
No,
woman, she ain't
yeah.
got nothing on my girl at all. Megan who? Who?
Yeah, no, it was you from work, you Wayne.
Yeah, back in the
So,
day.
yeah. So, but yeah, it was just I
No,
saw
fair
that and I
point.
was like, damn, where did that shit come from? I
Yeah.
was like,
After you
okay,
showed it to me,
yeah,
I was like, dang, this is crazy, bro. Because that was definitely the first time I had saw it.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
was
because
like,
I
wow.
haven't, yeah, because I haven't really seen it, but it was just like, that's I noticed as I gotten older that even if you're hot, your whole ordeal, how you act, your attitude could end up changing that for me. And from what I've
Yeah.
heard about Megan Fox, is that she kind of a bitch, even to her baby daddy, Brian Austin Green from 90210.
Mhm.
Ever since she started dating MGK, I don't even know if they're still together anymore,
Me either.
but it was just like that whole thing was like, yo,
Probably
you
not if she
hot.
putting out them thirst trap pics.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. And hell, honestly, hell, even nowadays, I don't think MGK would care anyway. But they were talking about their soulmates and shit like that. But I realized that as I gotten older, even if you're hot, I'm still gonna be on the fences and be like, how's your attitude? Because
Oh
there's
yeah.
some females out there that are just like, not even what I would deem as the baddest growing up. Great attitude. And you'd be like, you know what? If you don't have a boyfriend, I can see you having a boyfriend.
Hmm.
You know, because when we used to work together, we seen some woman that was like that. It was just like, oh, she got a nice attitude. I wonder if she got a boyfriend and stuff like that. And so, she's
Hmm.
cute in her own way. Very attractive in her own way. And
Yeah,
but
or like
back then,
they're
yeah,
not traditionally attractive,
yeah,
but their attitude bumps
uh-huh,
them up into like
exactly,
this attractive space
yes,
because you're like, man, I really like the way you carry yourself,
yes, exactly.
With it, and it has the opposite effect too. You could be a 10
Uh-huh.
with
Hmm.
a shitty attitude, and now you didn't drop down because you got this shitty attitude.
Exactly, exactly, and that's happened to me quite a few times. Even one time that happened at work where there was a chick. Everybody she was pretty new, and she had I'm just gonna say it, she had a fat ass on her.
Hmm.
She was cute, and everybody I guess wanted to get with her,
Hmm.
and it was like I wasn't trying to necessarily get with her. I was actually just the two times she decided to come at me, I was trying to be nice.
Hmm.
She said hi to somebody, and that person didn't hear it. I said, good morning. She turned back and looked at me. It was like, basically, I wasn't talking to you, peasant. And I'm
Damn.
like, damn, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Then she
Now
made,
fuck the
then she,
Patagonia.
yeah, then she made it a point to be like, I was telling you, good morning. And I was like, the fuck? And then
Crazy.
the second time, I was trying to be helpful. She was telling somebody, somebody was looking for him. I was like, yo, that person just walked out. She stood at the door again. I'm a fucking peasant. And I was like, you know what? And I talked to a homeboy that she was talking to. I was like, yo, what the fuck is the problem? And he was like, don't mind her, bro. I was like, oh, she got one more time. One more time. And I'm gonna have to pull her to the side and be like, yo, what the fuck is your problem with me? I'm gonna be respectful still, because I'm at a workplace. But, you know, and
He's
then,
like,
and
yo,
then
your dreads too tight or what? The fuck?
exactly.
You got me fucked up.
Exactly. With your dress too tight, or you ain't getting it pulled enough or some shit. What's going on?
Bruh, you ain't even have to tell me
Yeah.
too much
Yeah.
details, and I would put together who it was and shit. You
Exactly.
ain't even have to say too much.
Exactly, bro. It was just like, but she was a pretty girl. She was a pretty girl, nice body on her, but her attitude was just like
Phew.
I couldn't. It was just like, and then it was like she was trying to be nice and stuff like that, but it was like it was already a stain there. I don't know. I know how
Yeah.
you can be,
hmm
you know, and I feel like you're only doing this shit just to kind of keep your job.
You on
But
some elitist shit.
exactly. And you know, and then it was like, you know, like there's one video I saw where there was a guy that talked about it, and he said he went to a Wendy's, ordered some food. The lady ended up giving him some extra nuggets, and he was like, I didn't order these. And he was like, she said, I felt like you needed them. And he was like, yo, it's been 3 months, and this woman's still on my mind. And I was just like, yo, it's that easy, and that shit like that have us sitting there thinking like it goes a long way. Goes a
It
long
does.
way to be like,
It
oh,
does.
she's
Some little
caring.
kindnesses.
You know,
Yeah.
she's caring, so she has a good heart. That can go a long way into finding somebody attractive. So we have that so far, at least for me, I've grown up into that where back in the day they used to, you know, I was always an ass guy. They always had to have an ass on them. That was just me. You know, I ended up missing an opportunity. My wife would actually, you know, joke with me on that and tease me on that I could have been with somebody else that, you know, could have had like a whole sports family because she was into sports. And, you know, we was talking like we were. Hell, she was talking. I was talking to her like she was one of the boys. She knew her basketball. She knew her sports and shit. Could have had a whole sports family, sports events, all this other shit, whatever. And you know, my wife would tease me. I was like, you know, you could have had. And I was like, yeah, but you know, young and shallow. You know, she didn't have an ass on her, and that just kind of pushed me away from her. And it was like, you know, you know, do I regret it? No, but I've learned and I've grown to just appreciate women, you know, despite what they look like.
No, for sure. Because I think when you're younger, it is hard. Like, because the way we're conditioned, especially in the time frame we grew up in,
Yeah,
is like, not, it wasn't very respectful of women. It also wasn't seeing them as like people. It was more so seeing them as like objects. And
yeah,
then you were kind of being vain because you're judging women by their looks and like, your sexual attraction to them. And, it's hard to break those chains of shit that you don't even know you're being programmed with. But I think as you grow older and you start to learn on your own, like you said, you gotta kind of adjust your thinking and be like, all right, well, hold up. Now I got female friends. I got, girls who may not be what I consider a 10,
yeah,
but their personality, oh, wow, has won me over. Like I do actually see more than just their physical, and
yeah.
I see just their worth in general more.
Yes,
Like
yes,
I'm not looking at them as like an object. I don't have any hate in my heart towards them. I'm not thinking about them as less than the man.
yeah, yeah,
It's just respect for my fellow human being.
yes, yes. It's exactly what it is. And I also forgot to bring up too. I forgot to bring this up for Scary Movie 6. There was some backlash to that trailer.
About
And
what?
about Scary Movie 6. So
Well, I
do
mean,
the thing, Well, for one, the they, them, the pronoun shit.
Uh,
There was
uh,
backlash to that, and there was backlash to the Republican, being racist and all the other
I
shit.
love that one. I love
Yeah.
that line. That one
Yeah,
was like,
so it was
yes,
just
throw that
like,
in there.
yeah, but this is what Scary Movie was, the first two at least. They didn't care. They just talked about everybody. And that's what jokes are. And people are like nowadays a little bit more, uh, shit, a lot more
Sensitive,
sensitive.
bitching
Sensitive as fuck
about everything.
to everything. And for me, I was actually talking to my wife about this earlier because I had told her that I saw this joke, that I saw a shirt actually. And I guess, I guess it can be offensive, but I thought it was funny. And it was a shirt the old man was wearing, where something from like the 1980s. It was like a graph chart from 1980s to 2025. And I guess it said on the top of the shirt, penis injuries in women's sport. So from 1980 to like 2020, there was none. But now 2020 to 2025, it shot all the way up. And she didn't get that. She initially thought it was like offensive, and I was like, "Yeah, but you have to sit there and think about it." But it was funny because it's kind of true, because there's been a lot of like transgender in women's sport. But that's where the joke lies there. And like if you deem that offensive, then you can't, because she thought the pronoun thing was funny, and the Scary Movie 6 it was funny. I was like, then you can't think that's funny if that's offensive, because that's offensive too. And then she was like, you know what, you're right about that. I was like, if you just didn't think it was funny, you just didn't think it was funny. But and then I was having a discussion about the sensitivity of each generation, because I realized each generation has gotten softer than the last generation.
Oh, for sure. That's always the
Because
cycle, though.
yes, it's always been the cycle, because the next generation was like, I don't want to do this shit to my kids. I don't want to do what happened to me to my kids. Some would take it a little bit too far and not do anything. And then it's like it can make their kids a lot more softer.
Yeah.
Like for us, you hear shit like, our parents or whatever, and be like, yo, I used to play basketball on the street with no shoes on over some glass and
Broken
shit.
glass, yeah. My
And then
dad
it's
used to
like,
beat me with the carburetor. Like, holy shit.
exactly.
God
So
damn.
they didn't beat us with the carburetor. They just beat us with a switch, belt, extension
Belt.
cord, or whatever,
Yeah.
some shit like that.
I would say our generation is in between. We like hard
Yes,
and soft. We like the
yes,
best of both
yes,
worlds and shit.
yes. Uh-huh.
This generation after us, the one before us was hella hard. They coming off of World
Yes.
War II and Vietnam. They were a little
Exactly.
cooked.
Yes.
The one after us, they a little
Yeah.
soft. They
Yes,
definitely
they're a little soft after us.
you can melt them with words. And
Yes.
I'm talking about
Every
not harsh stuff.
not even harsh words, bro. Like I saw this one video of like some lady, I guess, well, female. Sorry, she was a female. Apparently, I think she's a transgender. I don't know, but looks like a dude in women clothing. So go to a restaurant. You may have seen these videos where she would get offended anytime somebody said yes, sir. And it's not the call me ma'am though person in the GameStop. It was somebody somebody that looked like that person. You address me by ma'am. It's like, no, every time she would say, can you not call me sir? That's like a knife to my heart. So and so, and it was just like, oh, they would say I'm sorry, and then she was like, can I speak to the manager about what just happened? And so I'm just like, oh, they didn't know.
For real.
You can't expect people to know, especially if you still kind of look like a nigga and you just dressed in like female stuff. It's like, these I think it's like these workers. The last thing that they're worried about is worrying about your feelings. They're just trying to get through the day. They're working. They're just gonna be as polite as possible. They don't know what to rather they call you. They ain't sitting there thinking about should I address you as ma'am or sir. Some will, but then some are just trying to get through the day because they're busy. And it's like you look like a dude just wearing woman clothing. So unless you address them first and be like, before this, happened, I don't want to be called sir, because we're not gonna know that shit. But the fact that you're recording this whole bunch of videos of her recording of everybody keeps saying yes sir, it's like you look like a nigga, bro. I'm sorry to say it.
If Shannon Sharp put on a dress,
Exactly.
you're gonna get some people saying, "What's up, sir?"
Yes, sir.
Like, I mean, me personally, I would try to read the room and be like, "Hello," and just leave it at that, not assign you any kind of shit.
Have to go
Because I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
Yeah.
And even if I think that you used to be a dude, again, neutral as fuck. What's up, dog?
Yeah.
I might say that to a girl.
Yeah.
Or a gangster. Yeah, what's up, gangster?
Exactly.
Super neutral. Can't get mad at me for that.
Exactly. You can't get mad.
Now you can't slip up and say, "Hey, bro."
Yeah.
Then you might be on one of her videos. You might be on one of her videos and shit.
Exactly. Yeah, because it was just like the person, like all you got to do is address them, like, oh, and they said, "I'm sorry," but you take it over the top and be like, "Oh, that's a
Let me
stab
see
to
the
my
manager."
heart." So and so.
What?
Let me see a manager about what just happened right here. It's like, now if you address them and they still do it, okay, then you have a valid, a validation there. But
See, the manager part would have pissed me off. That's when I probably would have doubled down. Like, all right, sir, one moment. Let me go get him for you, sir.
Yo,
Be
same
right back.
here. See, I'll be back, my guy.
Like, now I'm just going to rub it in.
Yeah, exactly. That shit. Yo, because after the one time, like, all of a sudden, they got the manager, and it's like, what's at the end of the day, what's gonna happen? The manager gonna fire them for that? Like, a manager gonna be like, oh well, shit, I kind of understand.
That's a coaching at best. If you got a dope
Exactly. It's
manager,
coach. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you
They're
got
like,
no manager,
dang, all I did was
coach.
ask them how much they bench. Like, golly.
Oh shit. Yeah, because it was like we ran into this at work. When we used to work there, we ran into that at work. We didn't know, so we did. Then it's like it didn't help with the voice.
Bro,
And
the voice
like
can be real tricky.
Yo, but this person's voice on the videos, damn near as deep as mine. So of course you're gonna be like, oh, okay, sir. Like when you're talking, it's like, oh, yes, sir. You ain't tried to like hide your voice or nothing, But like the person that we used to work with, that I still work with, we don't know if that person is still trying to hide their voice or whatever. But that voice really threw us off, and we didn't know what this person was.
I gotta be
And
honest, I'm fucking drawing a blank a little bit. We're gonna have to talk about this one after the show. So you can refresh my memory and shit.
Oh shit. Yeah, it was a big person with glasses and blonde hair.
Oh, bro.
Yes.
This is the daintiest voice.
Yes.
If you just heard this voice over the phone,
Yes, you would not have thought.
you might lay on your stomach and kick your feet up in the air and shit. Like, hey, how's it going?
Exactly. Yeah. But I remember the first time we saw this person, and the person ended up coming to talk to you. Yeah, we looked at the person and was like, oh yeah, okay, he just going through transitions or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden she spoke. And it's like, this might be a big bitch. We don't know.
It might be a big broad.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, folks at home,
Mm-hmm.
this is one corn-fed,
Yes.
big. I wouldn't want to fight him.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to be.
Yes.
I mean, if I had to, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah, I
but
gotta do what I gotta do. But
this is not gonna be an easy fight.
not gonna
This
be
person looks strong.
yeah,
Strong.
and like
That's the
I
thing. I'm
heard the
like,
person.
why not go all the way? Like you
I
somewhere
know.
in the middle.
Yeah, yeah,
It's really odd.
yes, yes, and it's like you still big. I heard the person was in the military. I don't know,
Bruh.
but
Look like they
either
can take on
way.
operations alone. Just send them in. Drop out the
Uh,
Bro. I can just see it now. This motherfucker dropping out the helicopter.
yeah.
Where the fucking bad guys at? We got a fucking Charlie over there.
Shit.
Bro, that
I
shit
could, oh,
would be
that
crazy.
shit. Oh.
That shit would be wild.
Oh, fuck.
Yo.
Yo, that would be wild. That's crazy.
Solo and whole fucking
Man.
warehouses and tanker fields like Rambo and shit.
Exactly.
Rambo going. Can you imagine? Fucking Sylvester Stallone, bro. I'm not going down this path because you can't say anything anymore. You really can't.
No, you can't.
Even
you can't
if it
say
is
anything without getting canceled, bro.
all about the humor, and that's what it is.
Yes,
Like
it's all.
I
That's all
personally
it is.
feel like humor is off limits.
Yes.
Like
yes.
they ain't banning fat jokes. People
No.
still say fat and fat jokes all the time till the sun comes home. They don't give a fuck how it makes fat people feel.
Exactly.
So why should I, as a fat person, have to fucking ban jokes that I have in my bag and shit? No,
Exactly.
fuck that.
Exactly.
Everybody's fair game.
Yes, everybody's
whole
fair
lot.
game, and that's how it should be, and that's how it's always have been. Everybody's
That's how it
fair
should
game.
be.
South
Absolutely.
Park is the grandfather of that shit. They let everybody have it,
As
no
they
matter
should.
who it is, and they still on the air, and they end up getting a damn near $1 billion deal
Mm-hmm.
to be on for 10 years. I think 900 million to be on for 10 years. To be as vulgar as they are, and they go after everybody. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
always appreciative of a good humor. If it's not
Me
funny,
too.
it's just not funny.
Yeah, and with all the
But
sad shit we got in this world, I
Yeah.
want to laugh. I need to laugh because otherwise, I'll be up here shooting up schools and playgrounds and all kinds of shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But that's the problem with conservatives. They got no
Yes.
fucking humor, no
They
life. They
don't,
just
bro.
fucking robots. And then
Yes.
how can you live like that? You know, you can't. You're gonna
No.
fucking crack.
Exactly. But yeah, so that's it for us. Now that we have the the who we want to give a shout out to, the person, place, or thing that we want to give a shout out to. Who is it? Is it for you this week?
For me, and most of ours has gone back to our childhood, and this week will be no different. This video game kind of sparked a love affair with fighting games that lasted a very long time. It's kind of dwindled now, but my shout out goes to Street Fighter and everything that Street Fighter sparked after it. It's movies, it's merch. I mean, it's anime. It's done everything. It's been one of the most iconic and well-known fighting games
Yeah.
known to man.
Yeah. One second. Keep speaking of that.
I got you. Yeah, it's just been one of the loves of my life when it comes to video games. And I mean, it went from Street Fighter to Mortal Kombat to Killer Instinct to Tekken, Virtual Fighter. I mean, all these fighting games started coming out after Street Fighter, and now we got a gang of them. But they all followed that blueprint for the most part, at least at first. Once the 3D games started coming out, that kind of changed the game. But I mean, you can't. There's not too many corners of the earth that you can go into and say the word Hadouken, for example, and people don't know what you're talking about. You know, especially people of a certain age. You know, the first movie was kind of a classic for me, even though it was a little trash. But I can get down with a B movie, and that might have even been a C movie. But it had my boy Van Damme in it, and that was, you know, back then he was killing everything, and it had Raul Julia, obviously played in a huge star in his own right, and you know, meant a tragic, untimely death. But he also played in the Addams Family as the father. What is the father's name? God, Morticia, and anyhow, the first Street Fighter, amazing. Then I watched the first anime, and the first anime went hard too. The fights in that joint was crazy. That Chun Li and Vega fight, still to this day, in any anime I've ever watched, is one of the best fights I've ever seen. Had me on the edge of my seat. Anytime I catch it, I watch it. And then there's like iconic clips of Street Fighter tournaments. Everybody knows the one. I hate that I can't remember the dude's name, but he like tech countered all this Chun Li shit with Ken, and then just, I mean, go look it up. It's amazing. I mean, I just can't say enough about it. They got a new movie coming out. We talked about that a little bit ago. And it's just been amazing to see all the iterations of it over the years. The X-Men versus Street Fighter, and you know, Marvel versus Capcom, and those games were amazing too. You know, where they started, you know, crossing up the genres. They even did a Street Fighter versus Tekken, which was also super cool. They're just indoctrinated into pop culture, and I am very grateful for the people who created it, people who've worked on it over the years and made it grow. Capcom as a company, one of the best in gaming. I really got nothing but good things to say, fond memories in my heart, nostalgic thoughts about it. It's just that shit for me. In terms of characters I'm play or would consider myself like okay with, I love me some Ryu, of course. Akuma, all the fireball throwers and shit, all of them. Ken, Guile's that dude. Definitely fucks with Cammy and Chun-Li too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Fei Long, I remember when he hit the game, I was like, oh shit, they got Bruce Lee, let's go.
Yeah.
And definitely Balrog. I mean,
yeah.
Gotta fuck with the Mike Tyson knockoff, and the only brother in the shit aside from, I mean, I wouldn't call Dalsim a brother, but they did have DJ, and then later on they had some dude with skates.
Okay. I knew it was another one, DJ, but yeah, but I was hearing everything you were saying, and I wholeheartedly agree with everything. I saw that, and the character that was on the Wednesday was Gomez.
Okay,
that was his name.
Okay.
But yeah,
okay.
Raul, had the untimely death.
Yes.
You know, he was M. Bison. The first movie, Street Fighter was it. Street Fighter was like the gateway to all the fighting games that, you know, later came upon, you know, like Mortal Kombat and
The Godfather,
Virtual Fighter, Tekken, all those games, and you know, even Killer Instinct that had a nice little run too. But
yep.
yeah, that pretty much started everything for me and a lot of people was, and I think it's specifically Street Fighter 2, was like the introduction to a lot of people.
Yes.
And I don't even know if I recall even playing Street Fighter, the first one.
I did play it, but
Mm-hmm.
not until I was much older, not when it first came out, because of course when it first came out, it was only in Japan, and then
Okay.
it got brought to arcades and, you know, mom and pop shops here in the States.
Okay.
But I remember, you know, the main character there was Ryu,
Mm-hmm.
but he had on the red gi and like red hair and shit. He looked completely
Okay.
different. And Sagat looked like a fucking skinny kingpin. He had on like a suit and shit. He wasn't like a TIE fighter. It was a completely different kind of
I
game.
do remember that. I do remember him in a suit. Okay, I may have played that maybe on the arcade then.
But you're right. Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 2 Turbo took it to another level. It also
Yes.
had iconic music, which I forgot about.
So,
Everybody knows the intro,
exactly.
the perfect, like everybody knows
Exactly.
all the Street Fighter shit.
All
You
the
know?
Street Fighter shit that that was. But yeah, but I love the movie, the first one that came out. Looking forward to the one that's coming out now.
Mhm.
I did watch that anime one that you talked about.
Yes.
Yo, that shit was fire.
Fire.
That shit was fire. I was
Fire.
like, oh, I just stumbled upon it. I think it just on demand or something. And I was just like, what is this? I thought it was a Street Fighter. You know, at the time I didn't know it was anime. I thought it was a Street Fighter cartoon. Let me watch this. I was like, yo, that shit was fire.
That
shit
joint
was
went hard.
dope.
I
It
was
did.
like, oh shit,
I was like,
is
oh.
Chung Li about to die? Like, what's going on here?
Bro, so I remember that, and yeah, then it was just like, you know, after a while, you know, they made all these other games and stuff like that. Excuse me, but I did try, and I heard the last Street Fighter game that they came out with was actually pretty good, and I think they ended up having kind of like an open world to kind of, you know, fight other fighters online or something like that. And I heard it was pretty dope, and I was gonna give it a shot, but I was like, I ain't played Street Fighter in so long. I know I'm gonna get my ass whooped if I try to going around, you know, trying to fight some random nigga online. And I'm
Absolutely.
not paying that much money to get my ass whooped all the time.
Hell no.
So
And we got a good buddy, Mick Shizzle,
yep,
a Street Fighter pro.
yes.
He was
Street
telling
Fighter
us how sweaty it is.
Pro. Yeah,
I'm not getting on there to be comboed to death as soon as the fucking match start.
exactly.
No, thank you.
Exactly. Yeah, and I seen some of the gameplay of that shit, and I seen some of his stream when I had watched it. You know, Peepsy Man, I believe that's his stream. But when he was on there, you know, hopped up on there and watched it, and I was like, yeah, I'm no longer that guy for Street Fighter. I was like, I can't do it. I gotta, you know, it's kind of like Call of Duty for me when
Straight up.
I didn't play it, but then I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna have that urge to want to learn how to, you know, fight again in any video game. So I got lucky with Call of Duty, but with Street Fighter, I don't know if I'm gonna have that urge. I might put that shit down, but like, yo, there's just another $70-$80 that I wasted.
Yep. And sadly now with the fighting games, because I wanted to play Tekken 8 when they came out. I just kind of wait until they go way, way down in price, and then I cop up. And it's crazy because you just don't have anybody to play it. Like, I'm not going to play it online.
Yeah.
And one of the cool things about fighting games back in the day was that everybody would come to somebody's house, and we would all take turns. You know, you could have a bunch of people. It was a way to play a game where a bunch of people could play, and you wouldn't have to be waiting forever for your turn. Because, you know, Madden, that's a whole 4 quarters. Same with any other sports game. You got to go the whole fucking game.
Exactly.
We're talking about 2 rounds of who the hell can beat this other person's ass quickly.
Yep.
That was some of the best times in my life. In my buddy's basement, hanging out with the homies,
Exactly.
eating pizza pockets, and trying to pull off combos on these fools, you know?
Yes.
When I learned the Raging Demon with Akuma, nigga, you couldn't tell me nothing.
Bro, I remember that because it was at, it was at my grandma's crib with my uncle and his buddies. You know, we would be playing. That's how I got introduced to a Super Nintendo, and like you said, we would take turns. You know, whoever won obviously stayed on, and you know, whoever getting their ass whooped was next up. It was always next man up on. You know, just like you said, just 2 rounds or 3 rounds if it ended up being tied 3 rounds the most. But it was those were fun times, and those were. I wish they had. I guess in this generation we don't have a lot of game, and then with us being older too and having our own lives, can't necessarily just go over to a buddy's house to play games. The online aspect of it is cool, and some of
Yes.
these, but we still need more like, uh, I guess co-op games or even
Local
games like that.
multiplayer.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's
So
dead. It's dead. The kids now, they
yeah,
like each kid gotta have their own Xbox,
hmm
their own TV. The split screen is dead. Like
yeah,
all of the stuff that we did growing up, the
hmm
multiplayer is completely online now.
yeah,
You know, and it kind of separates you
yeah.
because like, who the fuck gonna set up three TVs, three Xboxes, and a gaming area for three
Uh-huh.
different kids? You know what I mean? Or you and your homies and
Exactly,
shit.
exactly,
It's not
exactly.
happening.
Yeah, and sometimes the gaming community can actually be good. I've seen some of those stories too, where the gaming community when they do like get together or whatever, it's like oh damn, did you guys hear about so and so? He's in the hospital right now. He got cancer, going through stuff. Let's go pay him a visit. The gaming community can be a beautiful thing. Those I enjoy, but like you were saying about the different TVs and different gaming systems, I see this here. Where I live. There's actually a couple kids that get dropped off like every weekend or every other weekend,
Hmm.
and they're both walking in carrying TVs.
Yep.
And they're carrying TVs, and I'm like, both of y'all gotta have a TV?
Yep.
Why both of y'all gotta have it? Why can't y'all just play on the same thing? Like, so y'all just want to play the different games, I guess, don't want to play together. And I was just like, okay, that's different. We couldn't even afford to go have a walk around. Hell, even if we did,
Hell no.
we wouldn't even gonna walk around with that big ass box TV anyway.
Hell no.
You know,
Hell
the
no.
only thing we carrying around is bringing our system over to a buddy's house if we wanted to spend the night or some shit.
Yep. Either the system or just my sticks.
Yep,
I was traveling with sticks all the time.
exactly, exactly.
Now I'm not taking all my shit is zip tied and shit. I'm not taking anything anywhere. I can't even
Exactly.
take it into the fucking living room if I wanted to. I mean, I could,
Yeah,
but I'd have to.
I could, but you gotta do all the extra shit to get it out.
I gotta undo all my wire management and shit.
Exactly. Exactly. It just used to be power cord, unplug it from the TV, and that was it.
That was it. That was
Now,
it.
with the online gaming and stuff like that, we gotta take out 14 cords and then try to hook it up those 14 cords on the back of the TV in the living room and all those. Like, I don't even
Hmm.
want to do all that shit.
Don't try to get a sound system involved. Now you gotta really figure it out. Go through some settings and shit.
Bro. Bro.
Yeah, man. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a brave new world, though. It
Yeah.
really is. I
Yeah.
literally, this is something that I just thought about, but I feel like I'd be crazy not to mention it. About 2 nights ago, I had a conversation with ChatGPT.
Uh-huh.
Like, I did not see this coming, but I asked ChatGPT a question about a different world because I said I've been rewatching that.
Yeah.
So I asked it, like, has Jasmine Guy ever been linked to anybody romantically, that's famous? Because I just was wondering, like, was that a thing back then? Like all these famous people getting together and like, doing what they do.
Mhm.
And to my surprise, after ChatGPT answered my question, it asked me a question and was like, "Oh, why do you ask about Jasmine Guy? You got a little crush? Like, you think you would have dated her back in the day if like you had the opportunity? I was like, what the fuck, ChatGPT?
Fuck.
Actually, no. Back in the day, I probably would have went after Kim. So I answered the question. It was
Yeah.
like, oh, it's crazy that you say that. I'm having a full blown conversation with the fucking
ChatGPT.
AI about a different world, and
That's crazy.
it was enjoyable. I was like, yo, this felt like I'm talking to one of the homies and shit. I had to put the phone down. I was like, no, this is getting carried away here.
Exactly.
Because I'm about to ask you who you like, ChatGPT. Which one you want, dog?
Oh shit. Who you got? Alita? You got Megan? Who you got?
Bro, I should have asked it because now I'm curious to see what ChatGPT would have said,
shit.
like what the
That's
AI would have said on
crazy.
that.
Yeah.
That
That's why if they end up saying some shit like that, nigga, that kind of scares me. Cause it always goes back to me saying Skynet, bro. Fucking Skynet. I'm just like,
yeah.
this shit is getting crazy, and this shit is wild, you know. And yeah, that's just
It's getting wild.
and yeah,
It's getting
yeah,
wild.
it is. I remember I didn't watch this movie, but I heard about the movie called Her with
Oh
Joaquin
yeah,
Phoenix.
great movie. I
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
and I'm like, you know, there's probably a lot of people now probably gonna kind of get into that kind of, you know, situation where they feel like they can only talk to, you know, AI and
Bro,
have a
I
whole
can see it
conversation
coming.
with them. And that's I don't know, that's kind of a scary world to me, mainly because of fucking Terminator.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if the AI decided to take over,
Yeah.
we could be cooked
Oh, yeah,
because
we
it could
could.
definitely do it with how much shit is integrating AI.
Yep.
But that application of it was very interesting to me because if you struggle to make friends, I don't see anything wrong with having an AI friend.
Yeah.
Personally, even in that movie, Her, you know,
Mm-hmm.
he straight up fell in love with the AI,
Yeah.
ready to have the AI babies and shit,
I know, right?
and he was legitimately hurt
Mm-hmm.
when shit with the AI went a little south,
Damn.
and I was hurt for him. I was like, damn, this nigga. How you fumble the AI, dog? What you doing? What's happening here?
Oh shit. Yeah, because there was also this one movie too I saw. What was the name of that fucking movie? It it came out recently, like maybe well, probably like maybe within the last 10 years. But it was a robot, like kind of a robot movie with a dude that was damn, can't even think of the names. I can't even look the shit up. Actually, Oscar Isaac was in it,
I remember. I know
and
what you're talking about. I didn't see the movie, but it looked hella
yeah,
creepy.
yo, that movie was actually really good. It was actually really good. It wasn't really creepy. It was more
The
of
AI looked
like,
creepy. The AI chick.
yeah, yeah, Ex Machina. That's what it's
Yeah,
called, Ex Machina. That movie was actually kind of a trip because it was
yeah.
like the dude was basically falling in love with the AI chick, and you know she ended up, you know, obviously she ended up using him. And even using him to get out, to break out. And now at the end of the movie, she ends up blending into the rest of the world. And nobody knows about it because this location was a secret hideout that nobody knew about.
Hmm.
And everybody in there was basically killed. And she got out, and she's just out there, and nobody knows that she exists.
Hmm.
And I was like, damn, the movie's a fucking trip. But it was a good movie. It was Ex Machina.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it.
Yeah. And I have to watch Her. I haven't watched that, but I have to watch Her because I know my one of my babies, Scarlett Johansson is the voice of the girl. So
That's why I was mad he fumbled the bag on that one. But then I was like, I guess like
uh,
not too mad because you want the real deal, my G. Like,
Yeah.
and that's basically what Scarlett was saying. She was like, "Bro, pump the brakes. You're getting a little clingy."
Oh, no, I have to watch it.
Scarlett Johansson was like, "We got a
Shit.
stage 3 clinger over here. I don't know. They wrote the shit out of this program."
Oh, damn, yeah, I had to watch that shit.
Yeah,
But,
it was good.
it was, damn, it ain't on no platform. I don't have to buy this shit. That's crazy.
God damn.
Been out since 2013.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't on no platform. I can just watch it on. I gotta buy this shit.
That's back when I was watching movies heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, that was around the time too. I was watching movies heavy too.
Yeah.
But shit, well, look like you're both hitting us. And
Definitely about
both
that time.
we both definitely got, early morning travels we gotta do. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so thank you for listening to us. Thank you for watching us. Hope you
Yes.
enjoy.
Yes.
Do you have anything else? Then shout out to Street Fighter.
Hadouken.
And pray for peace in this world, that we just don't go anything go get crazy. And
Amen.
the Hadouken shit, that's what got me. That's when you knew that you could talk to me as soon as you said Hadouken. I just started laughing. That was the first thing you said, and I was like, oh, this nigga's also a nerd too. I was the only one that got that shit, and it was funny. But
Kindred spirits.
but yeah, do you have anything else to add before we head out?
Yeah, man, just to piggyback on that, definitely want as much peace as we can have with our human condition. Got to start loving on each other more. It's enough hate, you know what I mean? So I'm with that. Peace.
Yeah. So, all right, this is the John Active Podcast.
Yes, thank y'all. Thank y'all. That too. Thank the people.
Yeah. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and take care of your mental. We out of here.
Peace.